familia? Miranda here, coming to you today with a tag video. So a couple weeks ago, Ray's Movies, she tagged me to do the top 10 genre tag. So here we are today, gonna do this tag, better late than never. But anywho, so it is 10 genres, your top movies in those genres, and these genres are action, adventure, animation, comedy, comic book, drama, horror, romance, sci-fi, and westerns. So I am very excited to do this. I had fun doing it. It's a lot harder than you think, you guys. I did have trouble coming up with a couple titles. I was kind of debating on some of them and whatnot. But anywho, before I get into my top 10, I do want to go ahead and just tag some people. So Bryce and Brian, aka the HorrorPunk, Katie Warman, Joe and Marie, John from PlatX2, and Brandon from Cinefessions. Guys, I would love to see what you guys come up with for your list. Don't feel obligated to do this, but if you do, have fun with it, and I will be watching. And anybody else that wants to join in and do this tag, feel free to do it. So let's go ahead and get right into this film, starting off with action. Now, my pick for action, you guys, this was probably the hardest one for me because there are so many awesome action films out there. Everything from, like, you know, Matrix, Transporter, what's recent, like John Wick, which I still haven't seen, but I've heard they're great. You know, Terminator films, all that good stuff. But I kind of went outside of the box, and this is not going to be everybody's top pick for action, you guys. But nonetheless, this film I thought had a perfect combination of like action and comedy and romance in it. And that is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I just thought this movie was a lot of fun. It does have some solid action scenes in it, you guys. I love the whole house scene. Still alive, baby. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun, you guys. Some great action. I actually saw this twice in theaters, not intentionally, but like from the first time that I saw it to the second time, it was like a couple months span. And I was like still surprised at how much I really enjoyed this movie and love like all the action in it and everything. So it is just like a really good mix, and it's a lot of fun. And so my action pick is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Not everybody's top, highly underrated, I think, but I do. I really enjoy this film. Next up is adventure. And for adventure, I kind of just decided to group together the Harry Potter movies. But my all-time favorite from the franchise, though, is The Goblet of Fire. But Harry Potter, it's adventure, it's fantasy, and I mean, even though most of it does actually kind of take place at the school, you still have parts where you're, you know, wandering off, exploring into like the forest, in the city, throughout the school. It's just an adventure, and I think adventure is not even just that of like, you know, exploring, going places, stuff like that, but like adventures in like coming of age, because I feel like Harry Potter is kind of also sort of a coming of age film, as well as like, you know, love and all that. So like adventures in love, adventures in friendship, the mischief you get into with your friends and all that, you know, adventures and all that good stuff. I just think Harry Potter is just a really great adventure little series of movies. So yeah, you guys, I just went ahead and stuck with Harry Potter. I know there's tons of other fantastic adventure films out there, like, you know, The Mummy and like Indiana Jones, all that good stuff. But for me, I kind of stuck with Harry Potter because that's just kind of what I personally have watched a lot more than, say, you know, like The Mummy or Indiana Jones. So I am sticking with the Harry Potter franchise for my adventure. So next up is animation, you guys. And unfortunately, I do not have a physical film to show you. I do own this movie, but the sad thing is I have no idea where the heck it is. I have literally turned my house upside down and literally looked through everything in my house, and I still have not found it. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert a picture now. So yes, you guys, Coco is my #1 animation film. I absolutely love this film, you guys. It is so beautiful. It is so nicely done. It is just, it just has me feeling so many ways, you guys. Like, obviously, you know, I am half Mexican. I have been to Mexico. I actually have not had the opportunity to go during the time of Day of the Dead, which I would love to because I hear it's beautiful. It's amazing, just the way people set up things. And personally, in my household, we don't do like the whole altar thing just because I don't know, I never grew up that way. But I do have like family that does that and whatnot. So, but Coco, you guys, it's just a beautiful film. It has so much meaning behind it, and it's just so beautifully done, so colorful. Really gives you a feel of the Day of the Dead and just the way it's celebrated and stuff. And it's just a very heartwarming film. Very sad. I do cry every time, you guys. But I absolutely love it. It's just so beautiful. So Coco is my animation pick. All right, next up is comedy, you guys. Now this one I grew up watching and I never get tired of it, you guys. Every single time it just has me cracking up, you guys. And that is The Hot Chick. In a sense, it's kind of like Freaky Friday, but you know, the guy and the girl, they swap bodies. And so this is just a lot of fun. So funny. And Adam Sandler's role in this is just so freaking random. You could put your weed in it. But anywho, yeah, I think Rob Schneider did such an amazing job in this movie, as well as Rachel McAdams. And yeah, you guys, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You will be laughing your butt off. So that's my pick for comedy. Next up is comic book. Now, you guys, I have never been into comic books. I also struggled with picking one for this genre. So I went ahead and went with Spawn, which, to be honest, I did not even know was a comic book. So, but yeah, I grew up with this movie, really enjoyed it. I think it's a really great film. And so I just went ahead and picked Spawn. I do enjoy like the older Batman movies. I haven't really gotten much into, you know, like the Dark Knight trilogy or anything like that. I've seen Superman movies and stuff, but I still find myself coming back to Spawn for the simple fact that this is one that I grew up watching, and it was just one that I just always constantly, you know, came back to. So we have Spawn for my comic book pick. Moving on to drama, I went ahead and picked Crash. I think this movie is so beautifully done, you guys. There is just a lot happening in this movie. You guys know, if you've seen it, all the stories, they intertwine together, and it touches base on racism, which is a very hard topic to talk about, very dramatic. And I just think that this movie was just so well, like the storyline for everybody was just so nicely done, so nicely like put together. And I absolutely love this film and how everything just plays out and everything comes together in this film. And yeah, I just love it for my drama pick. My horror pick, you guys. Many of you probably already know what I'm about to share you, but this is definitely by far my top forever number one, and that is 13 Ghosts, you guys. I absolutely love this movie. I just think it's a really cool concept, and I think that all the spirits, they're just very beautifully made in this movie, and this is a really fun watch. I know it's not like, you know, over the top, like scary, like, you know, jump scares very much in it, to me anyways. But I absolutely love this movie, you guys, and I highly recommend if you have not seen it. I do now actually have the original, which I still need to watch, but I'm sure it's going to be just as good. But yes, this is the remake version of 13 Ghosts, and I just think it's a very well put together film, a very cool, unique storyline, and I love it, you guys. So 13 Ghosts. Next up, we have romance. And this one, when I watch this film, I get butterflies and I get all mushy and I like cry my eyes out. And that is 27 Dresses, you guys. As corny as that may seem, yes, this is my favorite romance. It's a rom-com, but Katherine Heigl and James Marsden, they do so well. I think they make a cute couple in this movie, and I just absolutely love it. And you can tell I'm already getting all like mushy over just talking about it. But yeah. 27 Dresses, you guys. I keep coming back to this one, and I absolutely love this movie. All right, next up, sci-fi, you guys. So I actually picked something that is more newer to me, and it's crazy because this came recommended from a coworker, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. I did, and holy moly, such a phenomenal film. Interstellar, you guys. I absolutely thought this movie was amazing. It's just some beautiful, beautiful imagery, a real feel for space, and even just like at the pace that everything goes, like it was just so spot on, perfect. Normally I'm not really much of a sci-fi person, but boy did I love this movie, you guys. I just thought that this was fantastic, just everything, the way that it played out, the pace everything went. Yes, it was a bit of a long film, but you guys, it's so, so worth it. Just absolutely beautiful film, you guys. Very well made. And last up, you guys, we have Western. Now, to be honest, I lack knowledge in Western movies, you guys. I've probably only seen 2, West Side Story, and then the one I'm about to show you. Well, I guess technically speaking, if you kind of consider like the whole Desperado series of movies, Western, than those 2, but this one I actually just recently watched, probably, what was it, maybe a month or 2 ago, and that was Tombstone. So yeah, you guys, like I said, I don't really have much experience watching Western movies. If you guys have any recommendations, definitely leave them in the comments below. But I really, really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a really well-made movie. Again, I don't really have too much experience with Westerns, so I don't really have a whole lot to say, other than I thought that this was a really good movie, you guys. Really, really good. I like the whole, time that it took place and the action scenes and all of that, and it was just a really cool movie, you guys. So definitely enjoyed this one. And that is it for my top 10 genre, you guys. I know you may not agree with all of them. You may agree with some of them. You may not agree with any of them. I don't know. But hey, that's what I decided to go for my top 10 genre. Let me know what are your top 10. And again, if you feel like doing this tag, go ahead and do it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Join the family if you have not. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.